I'm just having a morning. And look at this hair. Oh my God, I need a ball cap. Do I not have a cap? Hell, I hate San Francisco, but fuck 'em.
Oh my God.
Oh, we're back.
Good
Okay.
morning.
Okay. Let's put it down a little bit. Okay, there you go.
You should have told me we're gonna wear hats today. I would have worn mine.
You'll find one. I haven't. Well, we're live, but what the hell?
Oh my
Good morning,
God.
Todrick.
Good morning, lightness.
Oh God, man, what a witch it's been this in the last 15 minutes.
This
Oh,
cat is
hell,
testing his
Pepper.
patience.
Give me just. I need to throw this link.
Be careful where you throw the link.
Yeah, yeah, I know. This is the one for the. Good morning, Hank. Good morning, Jug Girl. Good morning, Patty. Good morning, Fish. Good morning, Liz.
Homeboy Uber driver Tom.
And let me tell you, look at this dude this morning. I was going to get everything set up, and then I was going to run back there and comb my hair and get it did. And it just went all the hell in the handbasket. So let me do this one other place. What is that group called? Read that Seller Squad.
What's that group called?
Yeah. Oh, Lord. And I've had about an hour's sleep all night, which I know you're going to boo-hoo on that. Time. I couldn't go to sleep. Could not sleep.
What'd you do? Sleep all day yesterday?
No, I did not.
Oh, what the heck?
So I did inventory.
Just an insomniac now, or what?
I just couldn't go to sleep.
I just had a bug in front of my face, and I don't. All the bugs should be dead right now.
Good morning, Craig.
Hi, Craig.
It's just, oh Lord. Anyway, I sat down to my computer to kick everything off, and I was at a dark screen because my computer decided it was going to finish resetting and uploading all the updates it wanted to do last night.
So he wasn't ignoring us on purpose.
No, I wasn't ignoring you on purpose.
His computer was ignoring us.
So I ordered me a new computer, and
you did.
Yeah, this thing is like 12 years old.
Mine's getting there too.
It's like an I mean, it's like it started off with 7, and then I went to 8, and now it's at 10, and
yeah, I started off. Well, I still have Windows 7. I still have Windows 7, but it started out with the whatever was before that.
Good morning, Gaming Prince.
Let's just say I have a laptop that is, I don't hardly ever use it, but it's like, it's got to be like 14 years old. It had Windows Vista on it.
I like Vista. I never had any problems with Vista.
I had all kinds of problems with
Excuse me. I take that back. It was not Vista. It was 98. I love 98. Never had any problems with 98.
Maybe that's what was...
It was 95, then was it 98? And then it went to Vista, and then it went to
2007 or
7.
2000.
Windows 7.
You
There
Windows
was a
7, yeah.
Windows 2000, wasn't there?
Yeah, but we really don't count that one. Good. Let's see. Good morning, Fish. And yes, it has rained here for 4 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it has rained here for 4 days. And that's what they're saying, that this is what our winter is going to be like. Cold and wet.
Wow. Yeah,
And
it's supposed to
Nathaniel,
rain here today, too.
yours, but yours is cold and white.
Well, we're not supposed to get snow today. We're supposed to get rain.
Oh, okay.
It was 40 degrees last night, which was really, really different.
No, Fish, I just got a bad hair day going today, so I thought I'd put my hat on, but I don't like hats. They irritate me. I'm just old and cantankerous that way.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
That's all right.
Got my bag of seeds upside down.
I think I got the gaming prince. Good morning. Thanks for coming in, everybody. I hope everybody has had a good and relaxing, if that's what you wanted to do this past weekend, or a profitable one, if that's what you wanted to do this weekend. I hope your weekend was the way you wanted it to be. Next weekend, I'm going to a wedding, and so I won't get squat.
So you won't get what?
Crap done.
Oh.
We're leaving Friday morning and coming back Sunday night. The wedding's on Saturday afternoon. My nephew's getting married. My last nephew is getting married. So all my nieces and nephews will be married.
Wow.
I was talking to my mom last night. She said, will everybody be married except for your 3 boys? And before I could say, and that better be a while, she said, that better be a while. I said, not too long. I mean, I want them to be established or situated, in life. But I don't. Good morning, Carol. Good morning, Joanna. I don't want to be so old that when I have grandchildren that they won't let me hold them because they're scared I'll drop them.
Right.
That's what my mom always said. She said, I'll be so old by the time I have grandchildren that nobody will let me hold them because they're scared I'll be dropping them. Good morning, Jackson RC. Oh, yeah. The whole East Coast, I think, is raining.
Yeah.
Except, Hank, are you still in here? Or are you in here? I was wondering if it was raining in Florida.
She's probably somewhere listening.
I was wondering if it was raining in Florida. Thank you, David. The truth. If you number your boxes, that's right. Lord have mercy.
And make sure you have box written on them so you know what they are.
I don't know why I did that, but I did.
And we'll tease you about it for the rest of your life.
That's right. Well, when I change everything to filing cabinets, then I'll have DRWR1, drawer 1.
Well, that I can understand because it's hard to count to 4.
This day and time it is.
Sorry. Giving a heart a tom. I'm giving a heart a tom.
So I'm laughing at myself right now because this morning I was being a real shithead, and
And that's different
There's
than
this
other
guy.
days. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
There's this guy that comes in every morning and he gets the same thing, and I call him Groundhog Day. But he he um he has a speech impediment, like a stutter. And
Excuse me,
so
Sally. Look at the side chat. Our side chat.
yeah,
Okay.
it's fine. Just make sure it's him and not
I'm gonna go the direct route. I don't want no waving willies in my video this morning.
yeah. Just be careful. Yeah. Okay, so Hank remembers him. Okay, so I call him Groundhog Day because he gets the same thing every day. And so he came in this morning and he came up to the counter and I said, just one donut. And usually he'll just nod at me so he doesn't have to talk. Well, this morning he goes, two cookies. So I told my boss, I said, damn it, I can't call him Groundhog Day anymore. Because now she said, why? What'd you do? And I said, I didn't do anything. He caused me to get a void slip. Because he changed it to where he's getting 2 cookies.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Is there...
Bless you.
Bush.
Thank you.
Yeah, fishing and picking. I got 2 bags of seeds the other day. So I'm going to figure out how I'm going to sell them, and I'm not selling them.
2 bags of what?
Seeds, like flower seeds and morning glory, pumpkin seeds, and I got all
Pumpkin
kinds of
seed.
seeds.
Well, you just need to plant your whole yard in pumpkins next year and just let Brandon sit out in the yard and shit pumpkins. We have a shopping center at the end of our street. I mean, it's like a mile down the street. And they have a company, a family or something. They come in and they set up for pumpkin season, and they must have 3,000 pumpkins out there of all different sizes. And then they have plants and flowering plants and just greenery and stuff like that for sale. And they string up lights and all that kind of mess. And then after pumpkin season, like during the night, the great pumpkin comes and collects all the pumpkins, I guess, because the next morning they're gone. But
wow.
everything is still there because they move in for they have Christmas trees coming in.
Oh.
And pumpkins here run over in my neck of the woods is about $10 to $20 for a pumpkin.
Yeah. $10 to $20 per pumpkin.
Yuppies. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
$10 to $20 per pumpkin.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Why is it so expensive?
Because I live where I live. Because they can get it. Because all the yuppies come in here, they want the perfect pumpkin.
What the hell?
Good morning.
It's like 99 cents for a pumpkin.
Oh God, no, these are big.
For a big one.
Glenn, do you have time to come in for a little bit this morning? if that's Glenn.
Yeah, I know. That's what I plan on doing, Joanna. Wow. $8 to $12 a pound.
Oh wow.
Is that
Well, there might be more here because I haven't bought a pumpkin in a long time because I have a friend that has a farm and he plants them and gives them out.
I just can't imagine them being that expensive.
Because these fools down here pay that much.
That's crazy.
And I say that nicely, you know. This is my peeps down here.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna save at least one of each for for my garden next year. Yeah, like I'll have time to plant a garden, but we can wish, right?
Yeah.
Hi, Jackson Aviation. I don't think I've met you yet.
Craig, I hope you're not driving and texting.
Yeah, that's scary.
You know, I could have sworn. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say no shit. Because Liz said, send Tom some pumpkin seeds, Sally. I'll make a killing next year.
I ain't doing that crap.
He doesn't want to make no
No,
money.
I'd plant them and just start giving them away for free to all the neighbors and stuff like that. Just totally piss people off. Either that or tell them to come buy me out, you know.
Yeah, I know, Joanna. I mean, it's a good idea. It's just, being able to do it. And another thing is like I'll have to cover it to keep the animals out of it. I also have like a ton of freaking deer in my yard getting their freak on and thinking that it's like a free for all food bank and shit.
Glenn, if you're still listening, I just stuck it in your Facebook.
Yeah, in California we had accidental pumpkins grew. Um, I had baked the pumpkins and like scooped them out and everything and used the insides, and then we were rototilling the backyard, and so it was like basically all dirt anyways, and I'm like, I'm just gonna throw these pumpkins back here just to kind of like fill it in. So I threw like 5 or 6 pumpkins back there, and the next year, or it wasn't even the next year, it was that same year we had pumpkins, like a lot of them.
Yeah, Fish was talking about it's called You Pick Pumpkin Patches, and we have them here too. And they have like the hay rides and all that kind of stuff, So they get you for a pumpkin, they get you for a hay ride times however many people's in your party. They and usually they have pumpkin pies or pumpkin cakes or everything: pumpkin spice latte, espresso, cappuccino. So they get
Everything.
they'll get you for a
pumpkin.
couple of hundred before you can get out of there. Our Walmart didn't have a lot of pumpkins this year. So I hope everybody has got to ship a bunch of stuff today. I'm sure Bridget's over there packing her usual 100.
Yeah, probably.
I've got one.
How many?
I've got one to pack this morning. It sold.
Oh.
It sold about 30 minutes ago. Before I tried to get online.
I've got 3 from eBay, one from Poshmark, and Brandon had one, so we got 5. 5 altogether. I'm sure.
I sold 2 Friday night and I shipped them Saturday. Jackson RC says, question: Do you ever come across any RC aircraft or helicopters, or in any sales anybody might go to? I've seen a few things, but I don't know enough about them to spend the money to make sure I'm getting some good stuff. So you know what that means? That one evening when you have time, we need to do a live show, like a question and answering session. So people that want to come in or, come listen, they can pick your mind for stuff that they should be on the lookout for. Sally?
Huh?
Okay. I didn't.
Sorry.
I froze or you froze or
Oh.
you dozed off.
No, I didn't doze off. I was reading the chat and I didn't hear you.
Okay.
What'd you say?
I just told he was asking about if anybody ever run across any RC, stuff.
Oh.
When they're out, picking. And I said, I've seen some stuff, but I really don't know enough about it to want to spend the money,
Right.
So I told him that we needed that one night when he wanted to come on and we would do like a question answering, because, like, what kind of stuff should you be looking for? Is everything good? Pick up everything you see, especially if it's the electronics part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of RC stuff. It's usually the cheap Walmart or Radio Shack. Something, just.
That's what I usually see too.
And it's usually beat up. I don't ever see the expensive RC stuff, like what Zahir sells.
Right. Good morning, Gloria. Oh, excuse me.
I don't even think I've had those before, Liz. The Cajun boiled peanuts.
Oh, those are good.
I don't think I've ever eaten those. A whole bunch of watermelon seeds. Like, I was thinking about it. Like, I paid a penny each for these. And they were selling for $4 for $1. So I got them, 24 cents cheaper than I would have, which, isn't a great deal, but they were just going to probably throw them in the trash,
If
anyhow,
anybody's interested, reach out and check out Gloria's channel. and she's in Taipei, Taiwan.
Wowza. Well, good to see you.
That's not very close to here.
No, not for Texas
No.
or South Carolina.
I don't think you're going to be close to anybody.
What's going on this morning?
Doing good, Glenn. How about you?
Doing good.
Hi, Glenn.
Oh Lord.
Hi, Glenn.
Hello, Todd.
What's happening over there in swamp country?
Not much, about 39 degrees. And about to pull 2 more orders. You know, I did a lot of them yesterday.
Yeah. How many packages you get going out this?
So, personal, I think I got only 2. Then the rest are shot, maybe about 5. And all that. And one of them actually put up for like Friday late, kind of, or Friday. And so I put up 3 of them and sold all 3 already. Some like little decals.
I like quick sales like that.
Well, the good thing is I got like probably 20 sets of them. And all it is, you know, you can see it's this whole pack here, but basically I sold 3 sets of these.
What is that for? I'm
So
sorry.
those are on a radiator shroud for a 1986 200. No,
Okay.
no, but like I said, these are from 1986. And they make one that says 350, 250, and all that, you know. So what's weird basically about what this goes on, the only people that are putting these on are people restoring bikes.
Right.
You raced it, you didn't race with the shrouds. You know, you took the shrouds off, you pretty much stripped it Can-Am 86 model of all the plastic, and then you raced it.
That's awesome, Liz. I've never heard of Michael Negron before.
To jump out of the kitchen for just a second. Didn't LSU play Alabama last week? Or was that the week before?
Yeah, last week. And we beat
How did
them.
that came out?
And we beat Ole Miss yesterday, Saturday.
How did the one come out against Alabama?
We beat them.
Good.
We beat them pretty good, really. I mean, but they came back, you know. I mean, Ole Miss played good too. I mean, they were kind of more scary than Alabama.
And I say the good because I have seen so many Alabama shirts and University of North Carolina shirts around here that I'm like, I can't believe all you damn people went to that university.
You can't believe all the Alabama fans in Texas. They just jump on that. Yeah, that's my team, you know. And I'm like, what? That's not your team. You grew up in Central Texas, you moron.
You're too poor to go to Alabama to school.
God, but there's a lot of LSU fans that go to that are in Texas because a lot of people that had dropped when they graduated here, they went over to Austin and Texas and all that area.
Yeah. Well, I get if that's your alma mater or whatever, but we got people that just root for Alabama. They're good, man. They're good. I'm like, oh, get out my face. You don't
get a life. Grow up. The Carolina Panthers got destroyed by Atlanta this past weekend, 29-3. I mean,
Austin beat us 2 weeks ago on that the Saints, and we should have beat them easy with our eyes closed. But you know,
yeah, Dallas won yesterday, but they should have won by 21 points, and they tried their best to lose it. You know, I'm like, God, these stupid Cowboys.
Y'all seen because I posted several to my Facebook page where the drunk girl is like screaming something, and then they've got the white cat that's giving the comeback. There was one that she's like, the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl, and the cat says, not unless they have tickets. So I'm assuming they're not doing. I'm assuming that they're not doing good, or that the cat's just an anti-Cowboys fan.
Well, the Cowboys have only lost 4 games, but it was pretty much they shouldn't have lost any now. They've got the team that can win, but they just keep playing stupid stuff. Anyway, rant over. Rant continue. Rant
Okay.
dead. Rant over.
You remember the? Okay, here's a little. Here's an Uncle Tom story for you. Back when I was in the 6th grade, I had a girlfriend named Renee, and she was the head cheerleader for the Pee Wee Cowboys, because they always had one girl that was like older than the little girls that's cheering and whatnot, and they had the calm down cowboy cheerleading outfits. They didn't do the skanky ones like they did in the 70s. Anyway, there you go. I hadn't thought of Renee until they started talking about the Cowboys. Sad.
Oops.
Good. It's good that I can remember that far back. I can't even remember her name.
Yeah.
They used to have a TV show on the Dallas Cowboy
can't-
cheerleaders.
I can't do it right now, Joanna, because I can't see my mouse. I buried it.
A link to watch, Sal. A link to watch, Joanna.
Oh, Liz has got me. There you go. Thank you, Liz.
Tell you what, if this weather doesn't clear up, you're going to see a lot of people on Prozac. Is this going to be a long minute?
Yeah. Is it cold? So I'm asking you, is it 69 or lower?
It was 39 here, this morning.
Let's see.
49?
39.
39. Oh, wow. It was 40 degrees when I went to work last night. I was almost hot.
That's all.
You're always hot, Sally.
I know.
It's 45 here. It was 43. It's 45 now.
Well, I think Deb posted like her coffee, and so the weather temp was like 41. I thought, heck, it's colder here.
Yeah, it started like 40 this morning, but it was supposed to get over 70 today.
Oh yeah, I think we're going to get there. I think today or tomorrow.
It's going to get here. I actually thought it was on snow Friday because it just had that snow smell in the air, if you know what I mean.
Snow smell.
Yeah. Shit.
It just it just has that whole feeling of, it just feels like the temperature is just right for it too. But we didn't, which is good. I got Roberta at the airport on Friday night.
Right.
Shipping this out today. More decal and other decals.
Now, are those? I mean, is that something that you buy from a supplier, or is that stuff that you've just?
Oh yeah,
found?
this is OEM stuff here, original
Right.
stuff, right, and all that. Because if I wanted to, like that little other decal I showed you, this is how many I got. So I got a good bit, and I'm selling for $15.95 for each two. And one
Right.
person bought 2 sets, and plus I got shipping on that, and I make a little bit off the shipping, but it goes first class. But this you can get probably reproduced super easy
Right.
and all that. But like I said, I also put in the picture, I put that part number in this package.
Right.
Let them know this is OEM, and I put anytime I sell, if it's reproduction, because a lot of people sell reproduction decals, and I got some original ones. I'm selling them anywhere from $10 to $20 a pop. Well, they might be selling them still $5 a pop because it still costs money to get them reproduced.
Right.
But I got, like you said, little 1-inch decals I'm selling for $20 that are from the early '80s or late '70s and all that. And but it's real, it's not,
There's this dude down in Florida that I've become acquaintances with. He went to an auction. They were closing a marina down there, not a marina, a boat dealership. And this boat dealership must have been pretty big because they carried Mercruiser, Johnson Evinrude, Mariner, and then like Yamaha and Honda and whatnot, boat motors. But he bought a bunch. He said he bought like 300 old Evinrude decals from like the 60s and the early 70s. And he said he'd been selling the daylights out of those things because people are buying those old motors and fixing them, restoring them and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
My younger brother has a 1953 5-horsepower Johnson engine that we took apart when we were in high school. We took apart and rebuilt that thing and touched around on the lake with that thing for several years.
Oh.
It had a choke on it that you had to spin. It turned. So you'd be going down the road and you'd give out which time you got wherever you were going. By the time it would start wanting to die down, so you'd have to spin that choke to get it to wind back up and whatnot. Good memories. A lot of fun.
Well, boat motors, it's kind of hard to buy a boat motor that the metal parts are worn out, because how many hours do people actually run their boats? Just probably not very many, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like a car you get in every morning and you take to work and you drive back and
Unless you live out on the lake. Unless you live on the lake, so you can just walk out into your dock and drop it in the water and go.
But it seemed like automotive motors wear out because of the miles that are put on them, and it's most people don't spend every day on the lake. Most of the time that boat is parked in their driveway and it just sits all week and
all winter.
They take it out on the weekends.
Usually just for like a Saturday or Sunday, because the lakes have gotten so full now. Like a buddy of mine that lives out on Lake Wiley, they don't even go out on the lake on the weekends, except early in the morning he goes fishing on Saturday, and then late in the evening they'll go out on their pontoon boat because there's just so many people on the lake. During the week is when they do all their skiing and playing on the lake, because everybody's put their boats up they put them up and trailered them home. So yeah, and most of these boats I follow this guy and I can't remember what his name is. He's down in Florida and he buys boats and whatnot. he's bought some pretty nice boats for near nothing, and he goes home and lubes up the engines on them, and normally they crank right up. You know, he greases them good because he doesn't know how long they've sat without running. And
Yeah. You might have to rebuild a carburetor, but or injection system, but yeah, boats, they just, you don't run them that much.
boats are an expensive toy because unless you live on the lake, you don't use them that much. You need to go someplace else, or I'm going to lose my mind this morning. Thank you.
You know, a cheap boat will get you a fishing spot to as good as a cheap, a bateau,
Yeah.
with a small motor on it. And that's like you said, down here it's just, like you said, bass fishing is so serious. But they were showing, somebody posted, a guy, one of my customers from Mississippi, they show an old black lady sitting on a 5-gallon pail, and it might have been on some other YouTube Facebook channels, with a cane pole, caught the winning catfish. And one guy said, no, that's not right. I got probably, $50 grand in my boat, fishing rods, and all this high-tech equipment. And she wins, with a cane pole sitting on the back. I'll be high-fiving her,
Yeah.
It wasn't the like a national bass tournament, but it was a local bass tournament on one of our local lakes. And this 13-year-old boy in a 12-foot John boat with like a 10 horsepower motor, he'd made a live well out of a cooler. Your fish have in competition. Your fish have to be alive.
Right.
He had a live well made out of an old Coleman cooler. He won, and there were guys there with $70,000 rigs.
Right.
They had the big 300 Johnson motors and the. Good morning, Derek. The Johnson motors and all, Oh, and the boy did have one of those old school fish finders. The ones that has like a round on it. The light spins around on it to see how deep you are.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, when they presented him with the trophy and his prize money, he's like, maybe we need to get back to old school, boys, because this young man just sent y'all packing, and y'all got $1 million worth of boats out there.
What's funny?
Wow.
Remember how some of the bass big tournaments, like I said, they got like a small stadium or arena. You would drive the boat in there, and they'd be holding their fish up and all that. It would have been funny if you brought that black lady on an old trailer or pickup truck, holding her cane pole and the fish in the same hand, and say, I'm number one.
We went fishing. My younger brother and I, we went down to a lake that's below Lake Wiley down the system. I can't remember what it's called, but anyway, we went down there and we put in and was going to do some bass fishing. And as we were getting ready to put the boat in the water, this two older, large African American ladies came up, and they had about a 20-foot John boat, and it must have been about a 15-horse Evinrude motor. It wasn't a very big one at all. Anyway, they had about 15-foot, 20-foot cane poles with big old red and white bobbers on them. Them things must have been the size of a tennis ball.
Oh my God.
They got out there fishing, and you could hear them when they'd throw their lines out because those bobbers whistling through the air.
Right.
Anyway, we were bass fishing, and so we fished for a while, and we just kind of like stopped and was having a drink and a snack, and they came putzing by us. They stopped and they said, "You boys have any luck?" And we said, "Well, we've caught a few bass. That's all we're looking for." And one of the ladies pulled up a stringer. They must have had 45 big old crappie on them, They were catching the hell out of them. But you got to think about it. Some of these bass boats, you know, you start off with a Ranger bass boat, just the hull on it's going to be $30,000. Another $20,000 for a dadgum decent sized motor to push it on it. Then the electronics, you know, and then the trolling motor. Because when you have them big old bass boats, you got to have a big old trolling motor.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, you got to have a good trailer to haul it on. So you'll end up with $70,000 to $100,000 worth of bass boat.
Then a decent truck.
Yeah, and then you got to have a decent truck. Good morning, Gate City. Good morning, Sherry. Good morning, Spinning and Winning. Roberta sat down. She said she sat down with a $20 bill at a penny slot machine in Vegas and sat there for about 2 hours, winning and losing, winning and losing. I said, "You have a good time, baby." She said, "Yeah, it was fun." Said, "You could have bumped it up to the nickel slots." She said, "I didn't see it anywhere."
Well, they got
She's still
penny
over there?
slots now. You can spend $5 a spin.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they got some slots. Dang, when we went out there the last time we were in Vegas, last time I was in Vegas, Sergey was 2 years old. No, Sergey was about 1.5 years old. Roberta and I went out there and they already had like $5 slot. I mean, you know, $5 wheel or reel or whatever you call them. I'm sort of like Jim and Tara on that. I'll spend $20 on the deck up storage locker and maybe I'll win some, get some tendencies out of it. Sugar pot.
Oh no, Joanna. That sucks.
No problem.
I asked our mail carrier if they were supposed to scan packages when they got them. She said, "We're supposed to, but we don't have to until we get back to the facility." I always say, "Would you mind hitting the sucker with that scanner?"
Yeah, they always, when you give it to them, they hit it with the scanner. So can you scan it first?
Actually, it's supposed. I think I read something. I want to say that I read something that says that as soon as it's in their possession, they need to scan it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but they don't all do that, you know. That's the problem.
Yeah.
No.
Not law, but by their policy, you know, as soon as they get it, they scan it because that way it covers their butt. But then some of them are lazy and don't do it.
Bridget Baker,
I
you
guess-
listening?
I'm only going to have Mike mail carrier for until April, and then he's retiring to Florida. So hopefully I'll get somebody good, you know, that's good like him to replace him. I don't want to get somebody that's crappy.
Well, they're known for throwing mail around here, throwing it away and all that. And I'm going, you know, they have some of the best jobs there is.
Yeah. Call from.
It no, if I was selling something fulfilled by retail or whatever it's called, I would be taking those things on Amazon. I would be taking it to the post office and having them scan it right there in front of me. Like a Spinning and Winning says, it makes a big problem for you if you're selling on Amazon. So have y'all taken care of your COPA yet? You know, that's
By
where
what?
your COPA, COPPA, I
COPA.
think it is. That's where you got to declare whether you're making content for non-children
Yeah, I did it.
or towards children.
I did it. I'm making content for children. Just kidding.
Yeah, right. Well, maybe I'm just having an old senile moment here, but I remember when I first got my personal YouTube account, I thought I had to show information whether I was 18 or not. Because I would distinctly remember, clicking on music videos and stuff like that, and it said that, I couldn't see it because I was not validated as an adult or whatever.
I remember that too. It didn't last though, because I mean, YouTube is the kids' TV now.
Yeah.
It's like kids don't watch TV anymore. They watch YouTube.
Well, let's go and
So I don't, I think they had so many kids on there making up fake birthdays and stuff anyways, saying that they were, that Roxy Kitty was like, wait, I wasn't done.
She's getting on my last good nerve this morning. What made me think about it, because Derek is in here, or he was in here, and he does Hot Wheels. She's just doing it to show her authority. She's just trying to do this to make you look bad. That's it.
I know.
It's because they're going to say that if you have certain type of content, it's going to be geared towards children. So I think we have enough cussing in ours that we're not considered children.
I guess not. You put Hot Wheels racing for adults only.
Yeah. Well, seriously.
Yeah, Joanna says, Joseph. Sorry.
It's seriously. It's going to come down to the point where, and it probably would not be a bad thing if this is going to be a big deal, and people are going to get fined tens of thousands of dollars, is to have a button on for like creators to say, click nobody under the age of 18.
Right.
So if somebody watches your video, they're saying, they get through and watch your video, they're saying they're 18 years old. Or the age of majority in their country. Because I think in Europe, like 16 is the age of majority.
Right.
But
like Joanna's son wakes up and says, "Can I have your phone?" Because he wants to watch. He wants to watch YouTube, or he wants to watch Disney Channel or whatever. That's all kids. That's a lot of kids these days.
Well, guys, I'm gonna take off. I gotta get back to work. I got an order to look up somebody who just called a few moments ago.
Okay, thank you for coming in, Glenn.
Hey, man. Thanks, man.
Have a good day, Glenn.
I'll tell you what, we've got Amazon Prime like everybody else in the country, but I'd never really looked at the Amazon Prime Video, and I was scrolling down through it, and I was like geeking out Saturday night because they had Space 1999 on there, and I sat and watched that sucker just about all night long until I went, oh shit, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I got to go to bed for a few hours.
Wow. Yeah, I know, like, I hardly ever, I mean, I always have something running in the background, it seems like, but you know, usually, like, since we got rid of our cable box and stuff, and we, you know, stopped our cable, we, you know, we weren't, you know, really watching TV. We would just, you know, like, stream Netflix or Hulu, and then Brandon got a Roku, and so we have the Roku channel on there, and he uses that a lot. But I just basically, I don't usually watch, like, shows, you know, as far as
Right.
like, you know, except Walking Dead and Handmaid's Tale. That's my two shows right there. And, you know, but, like, now I have Sling, so I can, you know, so I can watch my Walking Dead. And so now I'm you know, starting to, I like the History Channel, and I like I think it's National Geographic Channel.
Right.
Those are my two favorites. And then
I watched
yeah.
The Men Who Made America, which was on PBS, I think, or maybe it was Discovery Channel or National Geographic, about Rockefeller, Vanderbilt, Carnegie, J.P. Mellon, and Ford. Those were some ruthless bastards. You know what? But I'm sorry for hellfire, Mr. Sadie.
Hi, Mr. Sadie.
It was they drove America forward. I mean, really, you look at the stuff that they did. If they hadn't have been such assholes, they would have never. Things probably would not have gotten done as soon as they did get done. Maybe you got to get down.
Hi, sister.
Are y'all taking both? Mr. Sadie, you need to have some T-shirts printed up with hellfire across the front of them.
Joanna, I do like Curse Folk Island. I just don't like. I don't like just watching it like on the cable channel, because I can't, like, fast forward. Because they take too long to get to their stuff, like, to get to the exciting moments.
Yeah.
You know, it takes so long.
See, that's what that's my problem with Walking Dead. It takes.
Oh, really?
It's an hour-long show. It's an hour-long show, and they've got 30 minutes of commercials in it.
Yeah.
And so then I started just waiting. I'll catch it on, you know, when it runs later, and then I can, or I would record it, or we would record it. Then I could fast forward through the commercials. Well, then I would forget to go back and watch the show, you know. So after a while, you forget about it. Good morning, Bum Crack.
Hi, Bub Crack. You found us. We weren't trying to ditch you or nothing. We're over here hiding out on Tom's channel. I'm glad that you're all caught up, Sherry. Isn't it awesome?
She caught up on Walking Dead?
No, on Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, okay. I haven't ever watched that. I have no desire to watch that. That's just a little bit too freaky for me. I'm told that it's a good storyline and stuff like that, but the whole premise is just. I would just hope that the world is better than that.
Yeah, moral's better than that. What?
I said the world is better than that.
Oh, The world is better than
Yeah.
that. I was like, you ain't got no morals, old man.
I do have some more. I do have
I'm
some
just
morals.
kidding.
I don't want no little 13-year-old girl around here to birth no baby or anything of that kind of stuff.
That is freaky, but I can see that happening more than I can see actual Walking Dead happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
And even what's that show with the kids? They send them to they battle it out. They have a whole series on it.
And their kids?
Yeah, or they're like teenagers. Some of them are kids, some of them are teenagers. The teenagers are the ones that's the main character, a girl and a boy.
Stranger Things?
Who?
Stranger Things?
No, not that one. It's the one where they fight. They take them to like a center point, and then they sound the alarm.
Yeah, with the Mockingjays and
yeah, that kind of that stuff.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Hunger Games, yeah.
Hunger Game.
I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Go ahead. Hope everything comes out okay. Thank you, Junk Girl. You know, I would just hope the world would be better than that to do something like that. Or the US of A. Patty, you getting rain over there with you? Because I swear it's raining here, and you go about 3 miles and it's dry as a bone. Yeah, Death Race is crazy too. But the Handmaid's Tales, yeah, because it leaves me and it goes to you. Did I see Valerie? Did I see my mom in here somewhere? There she is. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Valerie. It's almost time for them to start playing my movie. I love A Christmas Story. Only I can't watch it this year on Christmas Eve like I usually do because they're putting out the new season of Lost in Space, so I'm going to be tied up with that. Did the baby come home yesterday, Valerie? Oh, she came on Saturday. Cool beans. Everything going okay? She's not yeller anymore? Good. Holy crap. Sally, go put your wig and your top back on.
Naked Man.
Mr. Sadie, you put the boat up for the season. Good, Valerie. I'm glad to hear that. So has anybody noticed a pickup in their sales, or is it still kind of flat like it was if you've had flat sales?
Mine is up, but not very much, like 15%.
Are you selling anything that's less than $100?
Yeah.
Oh, let me rephrase that. Excuse me. That was insulting you. Are you selling anything less than $1,000? Because that's the reason Bridget can't be online anymore, be on the shows anymore. Because she's got a list. Pack her 100 packages every day. Good, Patty. I'm glad yours are picking up.
Yeah, it's like average weekend sales during the rest of the year. I get maybe 10 or 11 packages go out on Monday morning. And today I've got like 14, 15. So it's up, but it's not like up. It's not like a mad Christmas rush to buy everything in my store.
Well, it's probably going to pick up after Thanksgiving. Everybody will start scurrying. Oh my God, it's only 20 days till Christmas. Mr. City says he does everything the hard way. You appreciate it more. Hellfire.
But yeah, I think the little increase is because I've got a few Christmas things going out. Like I've got some Department 56 and this and that. I'm seeing practically no change in shoes and watches and clothes or whatever else I've got to sell.
I sold. It's a Coca-Cola. It's like a, I don't know, 40s shop owner. He's got like a white apron on and whatnot. And he's got 2 barrels of Coca-Cola sitting beside him, and he's got a clipboard. Anyway, this guy's texted me or messaged me, and he said, Does it have Coca-Cola on it? And I said, yeah, it does. He says, okay. And then he texted me back and he said, I think I'll take it anyway. Take them anyway. I'll just make something to put over the top of them. Because his Christmas Village is going to have a bar. And he wanted them, he's going to put some labels, make a label to go to the top of the barrels where it says Coca-Cola. And he's going to put like beer or ale or something on it. And I'm like, oh, that's getting into the Christmas spirit, literally, when you got to have your town's got to have a pub.
Did you watch Walking Dead last night, Todd?
I did.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah. It's a pretty good side story.
Mm-hmm.
That guy was never my favorite anyway, so.
Is there anybody from the original cast still on there?
Yeah, Carol and Daryl.
That's it?
How
about the Asian boy?
He's been dead 5 years.
Oh, has well, how about his girlfriend?
Oh, she's still there, Maggie.
Yeah, but They haven't had her on an episode all year.
Yeah, but she's supposed to come back.
And
See, the kid is gone.
um,
How about the preacher or the priest?
yeah, but he wasn't original. He came in
Oh,
on
that's right.
about the third
Right.
season. And so did what's his name? Dwight. I mean, not Dwight. With the mullet.
Uh,
The redheaded guy.
No.
no, what's the electrician? Or he's not an electrician, but he's what's that guy's name, Brandon?
Eugene.
Eugene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rita. Yeah, Eugene was about the third season too. Then in second, third season.
Was he not the one that was supposed to be the chemist or the biologist or something?
Yeah. Ah!
He was originally supposed to lead everybody to Washington D.C. and solve all the problems.
Right.
Yeah, except he was a big liar.
Yeah.
Sally, my mother-in-law saw your video because I shared it on my Facebook account. And she's like, what the hell does she do with all this stuff? And I told her, I said, well, she sells what she can sell, and I guess she gives away the rest of it. And I said, but I think half these people, they get halfway home and they've got a carload of all this crap, and they go, oh my God, what am I going to do with this stuff?
No, basically it's like, why did I make so much work for myself? That's what it is. That's the question. Why do I make all this work for myself?
Have you got it all listed?
Hell no. I'm so dang exhausted from this week. This past weekend, I should say.
Are you back at work now?
Oh, yeah. But I couldn't take all my PTO. So I still have PTO. She's like, I don't know what you're going to do, girl. But, like, we could only do so much PTO this week or something. And somebody else is on vacation. And there's, like, no way to adjust hers. Because she's going to be on vacation until next week.
Right.
And so she goes, she said, you're still going to end up with 39 hours, but you're still going to have like 20 hours PTO left. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. I'm like, dang it.
Are you going to, hey, grab it fast. Good to see you. Are you going to be able to like cash out any of it, or you?
No, I have to take it.
You're going to have to. You're just going to have to go ahead and schedule it.
Well, yeah, she said I'm just going to have to give you some short weeks or something. I'm like, that's fine with me. But we'll see how that works out because our donut guy's not doing so hot, so he's on his way out.
Is that all he does? Donuts?
Yeah, 15 hours a week, and he can't even show up for that.
Can you not get Brandon that job?
No,
because you both work there. I mean, your husband and wife, and you couldn't work there. We don't want to see no Willies waving now. That's on Miss Sally's channel.
He said, Tom says you can't do that on his channel. It's only on Sally's channel.
No, I'm talking about the Willies waving. You know, like you did the other day.
Oh.
By your channel.
No, Willie's waving. Yeah, that was so bad. Yeah, that guy, he only works 15 hours a week and he can't even do that. He can't even show up for that. So
How many times do they make donuts a week?
5,
Oh, they make donuts every day.
but that's all he does. He doesn't run register, none of that.
What time do they have to? When do they have to be there?
Between 8 and midnight.
In the evening.
Yeah.
Well, dang, it looks like some mom wanting to pick up some extra money would want, or dad who stays home with the kids during the day would want to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, because that
Oh,
would
that's
be
what he does.
consistent. Is that just through Monday through Friday, or is that every day, 7 days a week?
Like, it just depends on, he said he couldn't work Friday and Saturday, so she gave him those 2 days off. And then he called in last night. So
Go ahead and look at Mr. Sadie's comment. Nothing worse than having a bad donut guy.
yep. And basically it's just laziness. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I see anyways.
Well, it's like I was talking with some friends this past weekend. They're going to have to. My friend runs. He's retired, but he manages a fast food joint, and he got so tired of fighting employees that he told his boss that they were getting ready to give a raise to everybody that they were going to give a raise to everybody that he wanted to keep, and he was firing everybody else, and everybody was going on a schedule. Just like the real world. No more of this bullshit about you. This week, for the next 2 weeks, you work Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. It's gonna be, you're going to work Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 8-hour day, and that's the way your days are. Whatever the people need to have to make their schedule work. But he said that's the way it's going to be. His boss said, where are you going to come up with the money at? He says, how much money do we lose training people? And then losing them because they don't want to work.
Hi, Ann.
Hey, Ann. I mean, it's just,
yeah,
it's crazy.
It's all about not wanting to work. I mean, either you want to or you don't. That's just it. And I think some of it has to do with also they have like a new thing for Medicaid.
Right.
If you receive Medicaid and food stamps, you like every adult in the household needs to be working at least 20 hours per month to be able to be eligible.
Right.
And so I think there's people that only want to do what they have to do, and that's it. They don't want to be working any more than that. But it's like, you can't do that. You can't do that to your job. You can't, I mean, if you don't care anything about your job, then it's not gonna work for you.
Right.
If you don't care anything about your place of employment or the job that you do, it's just not gonna pan out.
I could not remember Grab It Fast, what his channel was about, and I had to go look at. My God, he does dumpster diving. Lots of dumpster diving.
I love dumpster diving. I need to do more of it.
I'm just concerned you're just going to fall head over heels into the dumpster. And your little feet will be going in there trying to get down.
Even if you do fall in, you just climb out.
No, y'all just need to get a KK up there.
I have a stool. I have a metal stool that's folding. It's a folding metal stool. And I put that on the outside. And then I usually just I use my thighs. You use your thighs to hold on.
Okay. Wait a minute. Let me hold it because Ann just came in and she says, "What's your topic?" I just came in here. Okay. She's dumpster diving, especially with her thighs. Okay, just make sure you understand that. She's talking about dumpster diving.
I use my thighs to hold on to the corner of the dumpster.
Right.
And then like I just like balance myself down to grab whatever I need to grab. And then and that's it. I don't think I've ever fallen in. I've almost fallen in before. And I've gotten in before and had to build myself up a pile to stand on to get out.
No.
I would never get into an empty dumpster. That's asking for trouble there.
Okay.
Well,
and why would you go into an empty dumpster?
That's what I was thinking to say.
She just want to take a picture of herself down in an empty dumpster. An empty dumpster. And say, "Look here, I cleaned this one out." Thank you, Mr. Sadie.
Yeah, we talk about a little bit of everything, Ann.
But the focus of the channel is supposed to be reselling, Amazon.
Okay, you go with that.
That's what the focus of the channel is. But it's just a bunch of friends hanging out in the morning, getting ready for the day. And it's normally, if you scroll back up, you should see Chick Picker. It's normally her show on her channel. But she's on vacation for 5 weeks, so we're having to cover for her. No, she'll be back, next week? First of next week?
I don't know, Valerie. When are you coming back? She's probably never coming back. Depending on how cute that baby is. Have you seen pictures of that baby yet? Oh my God, I almost fell. That baby is too cute.
Yeah, and this train goes off the tracks at times, and actually it stays off the tracks some and stays off the tracks most of the time. Yeah, she probably had to go fix a bottle or something, whatever she's doing, however they do that baby. I don't know whether she's a boob baby or a bottle baby.
She's a booby baby for right now.
A friend of mine's wife was going to breastfeed their baby, and they were still in the hospital, and she fed the baby a couple of times, and she had to stop because the baby was allergic to her milk.
Oh.
She'd start puking. The baby would start puking and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, it's probably.
Yeah, Mr. Sadie, we're on the track at times. Most of the time, we're not. But anyway, she had to go to a formula.
Wow. Well, I wonder if babies that can't have dairy,
right?
Can they have breast milk?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Ours were kind of out of that breastfeeding stage when we got them, so we never had to deal with that.
Yeah.
So we, even though that would have not been a situation, but because Sergey was 10 months old and the twins were 2.5.
Right. So you're kind of
We're not like
like the
ladies
party.
that were breastfeeding her 5-year-old, that had in the newspaper. Because I'm gonna tell you what, when them suckers get teeth, it's time to put them on a to put them on a peanut butter sandwich.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Joanna says lactose intolerant babies can't take breast milk usually.
Okay, thank you, Joanna.
That makes sense though. I'm trying to get these into a box because I don't have a large enough area to separate completely.
No.
I have so many.
I love it when a
Who you
plan
talking to?
works out.
What's
I got
going on?
I got this package I put. I always do flat rate shipping for the most part.
Right.
And I put, I guess, $17.50 is what I put for shipping, and it came out $17.40. So
Well, aren't you good?
I am. The whole first year I was sold, man, I would screw up. I would either charge customers way too much or not enough, and
Right.
I've gotten a lot better at
Guesstimating.
figuring out what something costs to ship.
Yeah, you learn a little bit, especially if you have to eat it.
Yep.
Okay, you mind laying down?
I don't either.
I got this
What?
great big Ninja to ship.
A ninja?
Yeah, this
Well, how did you get him in the box?
coffee pot.
Oh.
It's a great big box. Dang.
I thought you meant a hiya ninja.
Yeah, that's what he just. Well, I said,
Yeah. Shut up. Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't know whether the box is pretty sturdy, so I don't know whether I should just slap a label on, tape it up good and slap a label on it.
I wouldn't do it this close to Christmas, Todd, because it might be a Christmas present, and then you put a label on it, and then the box gets yucky.
I guess. I don't know.
Just saying.
Pain in the ass.
That's what they call me.
Fits in a Home Depot medium box pretty good. I guess I'll do that.
I've got too fat of fingers for my dadgum phone.
Yeah?
Y'all can tell when I'm trying to text message on my phone or my pad, can't you? Because it's like half the letters are wrong.
Oh, yeah, you could always put brown paper around it, Todd.
You think that'd be enough?
Oh, yeah. Because
I mean,
if it's like, yeah, if it's got like styrofoam in the inside to protect it.
Yeah, it's a pretty sturdy box, and it's pretty well packed on the inside. I mean, it's
Yeah,
got
so
all
just
of its. It's not brand new, but it's got all of its original packing materials.
Right.
Yeah,
So
that's what I would do.
it's got like those shaped cardboard It doesn't have styrofoam. It's got like those shaped cardboard things.
But it won't break or anything.
I'm pretty sure it would not.
Hi, Neville. Good morning or good afternoon, depending where you're at, or good evening. And with the cheers, that means you're either UK or Australia.
Not necessarily.
I didn't think we
Correct.
could wrap boxes in plain brown paper anymore.
You can for
yeah.
post office, but FedEx won't take them.
Okay.
Yeah, before I started using poly mailers and stuff. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
That's how I did everything.
The wild one's getting ready to come in here, so hang on. Hang on tight to your stuff, people.
Now
There
I'm the wild one.
Yeah, South Australia.
All right, I didn't know that.
I thought Hank was coming in.
Oh boy.
What part of South
Ah.
Australia, if I may ask, Neville?
South Australia.
Can I tell you something, Todd?
Sure, go ahead.
And this is me, and this is just us. Jim would clad that box in cardboard.
Yeah. Okay.
It don't matter to me. I mean, I'm just telling you that's what Jim would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jim doesn't even know the conversation. I'll ask him. Hey, Jim Carrey, come here one. If you had a big blender box, it's for a Fruit Ninja, but it's like the store big box. Okay, so it's packed in styrofoam. Would you wrap that box in brown paper and ship it, or would you clad it in cardboard?
Clad it in cardboard.
He'd clad it in cardboard.
All right. Yeah,
That's us, but I just think it looks, to me personally, I think it looks better.
Do we want to be Mr. Neat and Perfect, or do we want to be Miss Sloppy Pig? That's what the nun at Catholic school would say to me.
oh, okay.
I never got a bad comment or feedback or anything for that whenever I did it all the time.
Well,
If I had the box and it was completely like packed in there to wrap it in brown paper, I never got a bad
To me,
feedback from that.
Right now, we're in Christmas time.
well,
Okay, and if that's
Right.
a gift that the brown paper could rip and damage a corner of the box or damage some graphics on the box, and some people get real fussy if the box has damage if they're giving it as a gift.
who is the carrier?
I don't know how
Is it USPS or FedEx?
Well, I'd
It's a
like to
time.
do USPS,
Okay.
but
Well, here's the thing, Todd. If it goes FedEx, they will add a $13 not cardboard fee.
right.
Because if you have an exterior of a box, it goes in. With the only exception is tires. They'll give you a walk on that, but anything else has to be clad in cardboard. I believe it's $13. It's $11 or $13. The charge. Because that's why when I would build those crates, those wafer board crates, I would always clad them in cardboard because otherwise it was going to cost me. And it was expensive enough where it was worth my time to clad them in cardboard.
Wow.
Just FYI, if you go FedEx. I don't know if that applies to Smart Post, but it definitely applies to FedEx home delivery. And of course,
And I'm not saying, oh, you got to do it my way. I'm just saying, listen,
No,
it's just
no.
our thing. If you want to take it, cool. If you don't, I just personally, we like to clad them in cardboard. This is us, you know.
no, in this case, I would definitely say you definitely have to do it my way.
Oh, boy.
Jim, I can see
There
Jim.
is no other way to do it.
I could see Jim in the reflection of that china cabinet behind him. He was going, "Yes, she's saying do it her way." I saw his mouth.
No, I don't pack that much. And I can tell you, if we sold a Fruit Ninja, I ain't the one packing it. So that's why I asked
I would
him.
get a slightly bigger box. Probably take that heavy paper you can pick up at Lowe's for like $10 a roll, and crumple that just to give it some cushion, and then put it in the second box. It's just me, but I mean, because I don't know if it's going to be a gift or what its disposition is going to be, you know. But I mean, I like we sold 3 big blow mold wise men,
Yeah.
and I was like, damn, I can't find it. They were in a box, their original box. I'm like, I can't find another box this big, and I'm not going to try to clad this big monster in another box. So that one I did ship in the box, and they didn't say nothing. So. But
Yeah.
I don't know. The Fruit Ninja sounds something maybe more like a gift. You know what you could do? Because we don't know what they're going to do with it. You could message them and ask them if it's important to them that it's clad in another box. And they may just give you a walk on it. They may just tell you, yeah, go ahead and ship in the box it's in.
Oh,
Then you know.
they're going to say, yeah, you better clad it. I don't want the box messed up.
Well, then at least you know what you're dealing with, though. I mean, on the other end.
Is he in our bedroom?
Uh-oh.
Is he eating the mattress?
He better not be. I don't like it when he's barking up there.
Neville, I haven't been to your side of this country, but I've been to Sydney, Melbourne, Alice Springs, and
It's
Cairns.
summer there now, right?
Yeah. Yeah, when we went there in August, you know, we went over to what's it, the beach, the real popular surfing beach. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, it was like 30 degrees.
Oh my God.
And there was no surfers to be seen. Is Roberta and Tara?
Roberta and Tara were in Australia together? What?
Roberta and Sandy were wanting to see the little lifeguards in their little red Speedos running around on the beach. And I'm like, honey, if
No,
they
you're not
had on those Speedos, you wouldn't have seen nothing because it was cold. Bondi Beach. Great place. Everybody should
Yeah,
go.
when it's that cold and they're running around in Speedos, though, there ain't much to see.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a great place. Everybody should make a trip down there.
Wait a minute, I missed it. There's a temperature that improves that situation?
No, it makes it worse
Oh,
if you want to see it. Otherwise, you got to run up to them and stick your finger in their butt and yell, "Snake."
So you'll put that on your bucket. Great people. Nice people.
what do you want the mattress report?
No, I don't want to know.
And
Dad,
No, it's good.
what did you get on that topper again?
Yeah, they're chewing on that blue comforter thing. But the good news is that we're not chewing on the mattress this time.
stop it. You're just really on that good nerve today, girl. So, I know she can't. She's not making a nest for kittens because she can't have kittens.
Oh my god. Yeah. If we could just cheaply put Buford in a pet taxi and send him to Utah.
Can we wrap them in brown paper?
Yeah, we'd wrap him in brown paper and put a stamp on his hind end.
No, because he would be in the backyard where dogs are supposed to be at.
Dude, true that. This should definitely be an outside dog.
To come in and go to bed and go in a cage.
Yeah, well, see, he chases cars down our road, and we don't get much traffic, but that doesn't stop him when he sees one go down the road. Yesterday, Jim's running through the tobacco field trying to call the jerk, and he just looked at Jim and ran the other way. Jim's like, I thought about just letting him go. I said I'd do that. I just let him go, but he always comes back.
If there was a way I could have got close enough to cut that collar off and let him run, I'd just let him run.
Have you put a color on him? You claimed him as Miss Tara's?
No, well, we let him ride to the auction with us in case we had to take him for a walk. But it don't have my name on the collar. They don't know who it is.
DNA or fingerprint.
Oh, everybody and their brother knows who the Carries are now. I bet you.
Yeah.
No, we stay incognito.
That's why Bug Castle Road or whatever.
Well, we did 4 auctions in 3 days, and I think we're going to try to do an auction tonight. So that's 5 auctions in how many days? We didn't do one yesterday. 3, 4, 5 days, 5 auctions.
Are you buying anything?
Yeah, I bought a whole. I bought I bought 3 carloads of crap.
Oh Lord. Well, your text,
Did you do a video?
No.
your messages didn't say anything about that.
I thought I told you I went to 4 auctions in 3
You
days.
did?
Yeah.
You filled the car up with stuff. You're making it sound like you didn't buy squat.
Well, no, Thursday night was good. I bought stuff there. Friday night was all right. Bought a carload there. Saturday morning was not good. That was a live on site auction. We went to it, but I don't know what the heck. Some of these live on site auctions, these people are minimalist. They had like one trailer full of like good stuff, and it was just not really great stuff. I spent like $65 that day, so that's like nothing. And then I went to the Christmas auction Saturday night, which I did win a butterball turkey, so that was good. And I don't think I bought anything really to sell there. I bought some food and a Lexington speed limit sign.
Last week I went and had to go to Home Depot to get a couple of trash cans, and in the Christmas section they have the 6 foot tall Santa Claus, and he is scary. I mean, he is scary looking. I would lose my crap if I was walking through a living room and all of a sudden he started ho 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 or doing whatever the hell he does.
Oh yeah, we got that one. We didn't set him up yet.
He's a big old boy.
He's 5 foot tall. Are you talking about the Santa Claus?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Ours is the African American Santa. Jim would not sell it. He's like, no, I'm keeping that.
So the boy,
We've sold like 5 or 6 of the Caucasian Santas, but when he got that African American one, he's like, no way, I'm keeping it.
no. Brandon's birthday was around the 12th, wasn't it?
No, his birthday was yesterday.
Or was it yesterday? I was thinking
Nope.
it was back last week sometime. So he's 12.
He's 12 now.
One more year, and then the big old teenage years will come in.
Yeah, it's getting close.
You better go ahead and get you a belt. Just don't leave any marks. That's a kid.
Hey, Tom, spell skunk one.
Do what?
Spell the word skunk.
What? SK.
Skunk. SK.
SK.
All right, good. I spelled it right. It just looked funny.
Which I'm not really.
I thought you were gonna be like. I thought you were gonna like say something like, "This is what something means" or something. I don't know.
No,
I thought it was gonna turn into a joke or something.
No, did you ever like when you type a word and you're like, I spelled it right, but for whatever reason it doesn't look right when you see it on the screen?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to verify. I could have went to Google, I guess, but since I'm talking to y'all, I figured somebody'd spell it for me.
Hi, Mike.
I hate to hear that, Neville. He says they've had like 100 bush fires in a couple of states. I think the state of California is a flaming pit of death right now.
Yeah.
When we went out there, like I said, we were on the Melbourne, Sydney side, except when we went out to the middle. We went to the Blue Mountain, and the Blue Mountains, which is above Sydney, look blue because of all the. This is what they tell the tourists. Now it might be Neville's probably going to laugh his ass off because that's what they tell all the tourists. It's because of the eucalyptus vapors. Anyway, in all the trees and everything out there. But they had a fire a couple of years before that, so it was all growing back. And
That sounds good.
the guy, our tour bus driver, he was like, we stopped at this overlook and was looking down into the valley. And he's like, you could stand here and you could see it was like down in the middle of the valley. It was just a long string of fires. But we liked it. I mean, we liked Australia. Not the fire part. And I did like VB beer. And by God, they don't have an Outback down there. Not one Outback restaurant anywhere.
Wow.
I stole that horn top.
Did you?
How much did you get for it?
100 thing.
Yeah.
But I told you it was that when I got it, I'm like, oh man, this thing's in really bad shape. I hope I didn't make a mistake. So I'm happy I got north of 100.
Yeah. It's hard to get good band instruments because the expensive ones, people know what they've got.
Yeah.
And the student model ones, I don't know, most of them aren't worth the time and effort. You did okay though.
Yeah, I
I
paid
think-
50 for it. It looked like it was in a gang war. I mean, I swear to God. I mean, it was all, they looked like they were hitting each other with it. I mean, it was all dented up. I told you they scratched the school's initials right in the finish. I mean, it really went through a lot.
Yeah.
Sound like some unruly kids that needed their
Like
butt
a patch and a big elbow that was completely void of any finish.
Yeah. Yeah, big,
Oh, yeah.
like Jim was just saying, like in the elbow, there was like a 8-inch patch where all the finish was off of it.
I went to an auction, not an auction. I went to an estate sale here a few weeks ago, and it was a former band director where he had, well, not band director. He had a music store because he had all kinds of stuff in there, and I met a guy there because I had bought some I don't know what you call them, flute heads, the end that you blow into, and
Mouthpiece?
yeah, mouthpiece, whatever. And the guy, we were talking, and he said, "You buy many instruments?" I said, "No," but I said I was bidding on some stuff on a website, and he told me the name of the website. I said, "That's it," and I said, "I bid on a bass flute and some other stuff, some silver trumpets." And he's like, "Yeah, they're sitting in my show. They're sitting in my warehouse right now." I said,
Oh.
"Oh, okay." But
Oh,
what he
wow.
does is he buy the good stuff he buys and he resells to pay for the crappy stuff because he'll buy all this crappy stuff and then he refinishes it because he's got all the stuff to do it with, and then he donates them to like school districts in the Carolinas that doesn't have a big budget for
Oh,
bands.
that's cool. That's cool.
One time we went, this is kind of, well, it's a little different item, but we went to a restaurant auction. We bought a bunch of commercial restaurant equipment. You know, like the nacho cheese machine and like soda machines, dispensers, the smaller cookers and stuff. But the commercial range went like super cheap, like, I don't know, $40 or something. So Jim bought, he's like, I know I can sell this range. We'll do good on it. So we get it. And it was so filthy. The kitchen was really dirty. We spent a week trying to clean it with Albanoff. And we tried selling it. We sold it on eBay a couple times, but it'd be like somebody in Texas or Louisiana. They weren't going to come and get it. So we had it for sale for like, I don't know, 4 months. And we're like, we just don't want to store it. So we put it on the local Facebook site. And this guy bought it that was at that auction. And he's like, yeah, I don't care how greasy it is because I got it. I'm set up to redo these. I have a tank I dip them in, and then it gets all the grime and grease off of them. And then I just go over them and then sell them.
Oh.
Anyway, he's like, yeah, you trying to clean that thing with Albanoff? He goes, yeah, you never would have gotten it clean. Anyway, it was like this big. So that's when we decided we were not going to do commercial restaurant ranges anymore. Anyway, it was too much.
Yeah.
Hey, 9-Pound Hammer, how are you doing today? I've been going to some of those, but that's some big pocketed people, and by some of by the time you pay the prices of it, you can't. There's no money left for reselling, so they must be buying it for their own.
Are you talking about the restaurant stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that one we did good on, and where we were at in northern Wisconsin, because you have a lot of summer camps up there, so you had a lot of the camp people there were buying it. So most
Right.
of the bigger stuff went high, but we bought a soft serve ice cream machine for like $5. I think we sold that for like 200. Um,
Oh, I'd like to
the
have
soda
that.
machine did good. There was like some small stuff, like those commercial waffle irons, a panini press, I think, and some other stuff. So we did good on it. But yeah, you'll have deep pockets there.
9 pound, I'm doing good. Thanks for coming in. Rita, have a great day.
Deldon, did you send me an invoice yet? Haven't looked.
Do what?
I was asking, I bought some stuff from Deldon and Dwayne's auction. I was wondering if he sent me an invoice.
What'd you buy, Todd?
Bought some watches and some, I think, sterling silver stuff. Yeah.
Mm.
Some jewelry.
Everybody's
Jewelry?
thinking, now if Todd next time they have an online auction, and if Todd bids on it, that means it's got some good stuff in it, and we need to bid on it. So Todd's gonna start bidding on stuff just to blow everybody's wallet out.
Yeah, there's not going to be too many more Dwayne auctions left. I mean, doesn't it end before Christmas? Like
Yeah.
maybe there's 4 or 5 left.
Yep.
It's the end of an era.
Well, he
He was the first one that really pioneered YouTube auctions, and now everybody's doing them.
Yeah.
good morning, Adam. And
I'm sorry to see him go. A bunch of the big hitters on Dwayne's auction you don't see them on there anymore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, used to see Chad the Golden Finger Picker on there all the time, and you used to see Lonnie Garage Flips on there all the time, and you used
Oh,
to
yeah.
see Cincinnati Picker on there all the time, and haven't noticed them being on or even in the side chat of the auction anymore.
9 Pound Hammer says he's gonna do a Saturday night auction once Dwayne retires.
Mm.
Well, that's good that you wait until he retires.
Are you going to open it up to other sellers, Deldon? Deldon's like isn't he a certified auctioneer anyway?
He's a licensed auctioneer.
There's a really good one that they have almost every night. The guys down here in Kentucky, Ansley turned me on to it. I think his name is like Jerry Whitney or something like that. He actually has a pretty good one, but he does it, I mean, at least 5 nights a week. He does them a lot.
Online?
A YouTube auction, yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, Deldon, I see you sent me a note. I guess that's good enough. I don't think it's an
we had
invoice,
those
though.
things where you could take your items to these stores, and they would list them on eBay and auction them off for you. Well, the auctioneer board locked them down because they were running an auction without a license, without being a licensed auctioneer.
Hmm.
And it didn't
Yeah,
matter.
you don't see those anymore.
It didn't matter that fact that most of their stuff they were sending out of the state. It was the fact that they were doing an auctioneer, doing an auction from within the border. Oh, he says I don't have enough stuff to keep people coming back to sell my own crap every week.
And then request. Dang, I spent a lot of money with Deldon.
Well, you always do.
That's why we call you money bags.
That's right.
Well, truth be told, I might spend a little bit more at Dwayne's auction, but I know I'm getting good stuff I can resell, and I don't have to. And it comes straight to me. I don't have to go out and go to an auction or go out and go to a bunch of garage sales or
You should do
whatever.
a
You know?
video on how you do that online arbitrage, and then the stuff is sent right to you.
Yeah, I should do a video. Yeah. I haven't done a video in a long time. I need to do one. I don't know what about. Just
I'm still alive. That could be the title.
Yeah, everybody wants Todd to come into their auctions because Todd always comes in with a fistful of money.
He's like Clint Eastwood, fistful of dollars.
Yeah, it's because if he really wants to get carried away, all he knows he has to do is go out and turn on the machine out in the backyard and pop up another barrel of black gold, and he'll be set.
When I show up, people are like, "Oh no, not those broke asses from Wisconsin again."
Listen to you. Well, how do you think? Do you buy as much stuff up there as you do, or in Kentucky than you did?
No, I'm buying more. I would say I'm buying more right now. I used to live. I mean, I was lucky if I had an auction once a week. But like here, I could go to an auction 6 nights a week if I really cared to. Only day they don't have auction is Sunday because that's the Lord's Day. But otherwise, I could go 6 days. I could go 6 days a week here.
You're not buying a bunch of little stuff though. You're buying big stuff, aren't you? Or trying to hold out for big stuff?
I don't know. I try to buy anything I think I can make money on. But if it's too big that Jim don't want to ship it, I mean, it better be worth some money. Otherwise, I gotta listen to him bellyache. I mean, I don't know. What have I got? Oh, I got this. I got like a cool cast iron Dutch oven. It's made by Martin. I brought that home. So I got some cool stuff. I bought a Mason's Tyler sword, which is actually kind of a cool old one. I bought some other small stuff. What did I buy? Vintage industrial clocks, some Christmas stuff. I don't know, just your usual fare.
Have a good day, Adam. Hope everything goes good with the ultrasound. Oh Lord, 9 pound. My wife had to wear one for 30 days, and she hated that sucker.
oh, good. Mom just wore one of those for 4 days, and I thought she would never quit griping about it.
Well, the day that she took hers back in, or she went to the cardiologist, and he said, "Okay, you can take it off now." He said, "Let me show you something." He said, "This is what the ones we're using now with." And it's this little tiny thing. And there's not all these cables and whatnot. I really didn't understand how she was explaining it, but it's got a lot of wireless sensors on it and all this kind of mess. Oh, Delton's got some money now because Todd just sent him some money.
Yeah, Delton can go to McDonald's now.
He's probably going to Ruth Chris's and getting him a steak and baked potato. You don't have Ruth Chris's in y'all's area?
No, I never heard of it.
It's a very overpriced steakhouse here in Charlotte, and
I don't eat steak, so I wouldn't go to it.
And I've eaten there once, and for what the people paid for my steak, I would never go back there on my own. Because it was just, the food was okay, but it was not worth $100 a plate, basically.
Yeah. I don't understand restaurants. Restaurants are basically the only brick and mortar that are doing well these days. But it's because they can get so much money for what they sell. I'm like, really? It's $8 to get a glass of beer. I'm like, dang, no wonder this place is hopping and all the
Shoot, go to
facilities
Applebee's
are
or
nice.
something. It's
Applebee's is kind of
crazy.
expensive too for what you get, though.
Yeah.
It's just you're like, really, $2.50 for a glass of tea that costs 10 cents to make, you know?
I think we
Yeah, but they
pay
had to buy the
$2.99.
glass and have the equipment and pay the staff to do it.
Well,
So
I
got
get
rid of
that,
all
but
They're just teasing you.
you get
It
my
was
point.
$2.99.
I'm the,
$2.99 for a glass of pop.
I'm the same way with expensive hotels. I don't see how somebody can charge $400 for a one night stay in a hotel. It just blows my mind. I don't care how fancy the hotel is. That's a lot of money.
Because you stayed at
Well, I wouldn't do it because I'm too cheap, but that's me. I wouldn't go to a place and like if I went out with my husband and spent $100 on a meal, I mean, I could think of a lot more fun stuff to do for the $100 that I get more out of than just eating a meal.
Yeah. I mean, I like going out to eat because it's just enjoyable to be out to eat. But I don't know that the price, I don't know that the entertainment value is worth the difference in cooking a meal at home. Whatever.
Well, I don't want to do the work of cooking at home. But even if you go to McDonald's to eat, like if I went to McDonald's, all three of us, I mean, I can't get out of there for less than $28 or $30.
I know.
if I
I mean,
stop,
if I'm going to spend that much for McDonald's, no offense, I might as well go spend another 10 or 15 and go to a sit-down restaurant then. So I look at it.
that's
Yeah.
the way I think about it too, Tara.
Yeah, I like Subway. I mean, like if I went to Subway and all three of us got subs, it's like $30. So Jim's like, well, let's just go to the Mexican restaurant and pay $40. It's better food. And
Yeah.
instead of eating cold cut sandwiches, let's go eat a meal.
Yeah, I can have a ribeye steak dinner at my house on my grill for, the same price I can go to McDonald's.
Yeah.
Good
And
morning, Michael.
the ribeye steak and baked potato at my house tastes a little bit better than a Happy Meal.
Yeah.
But does it taste as good as the McRib?
Oh, that's a coin toss.
I don't eat the McRib, so I don't know.
I don't
Anyway.
either.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Tara, how would you freaking know?
I don't know, but one time Jim and his brother, they went out to like deer camp. They were setting some stuff up, and they stopped at McDonald's. It was when the McRib is back, the big advertising. You get 2 McRibs for whatever it costs. So they each got these 2 McRibs. So Jim ate one. Now he eats meat. And he's like, it just was so kind of greasy and sat in my stomach. He goes, I ate one of those McRibs. And his brother's kind of a big old boy. And his brother eats his 2 McRibs and is like, oh, are you going to eat that McRib? Jim's like, no, go ahead, have at her. You can have it. He's like, oh, yeah, I was just really hungry. So he ate 3 McRibs. He goes, I don't know how the hell he can do it. He goes, it's too greasy for me. Anyway.
Yeah, I had one before, and I eat meat. I love meat, but I don't like that. It's yucky.
Yeah.
If it's just me and the boys, I'll go to the food line and get a 8-piece chicken out of their deli and some fried potato wedges, and we call it good. And and it's probably about $10 for the whole deal. We go to the dadgum McDonald's and it'll cost us $40 just for the 4 of us. And I'm like, put your shoes on. We're going to the IHOP and get some food. At least for the money, I'm gonna have somebody coming and filling up my tea glass.
We ate at the Huddle House one night, which I've never eaten at a Huddle House. It's like a Waffle House.
Yeah.
But anyway, like me, Jim, and Brandon ate there, and it cost us like $43 for. I mean, it was breakfast. I mean, it was okay in the sense that it was food, but it wasn't anything great. I mean, with the tip, I think I spent like $46. I'm like, I think we could have ate something better than paying almost $50 for this crappy breakfast food. But
Yeah.
That's a sign of getting old when you think, oh, this is too much money. I could make this at home cheaper. These young whippersnappers, I'm not paying $8 for pancakes. Anyway.
We have a Metro Diner here, and they have good food. Dusty's talked about they have one down there in Alabama, and he likes it too. Their food's good, and they have such a wide variety. And I mean, when we go there, I usually get like an omelet or something, a Mexican omelet or something like that.
Did you ever hear of an old time like chain of restaurants that were called Druthers? Did you have those in the South by you, Tom?
Never heard of them before. I mean, I have heard of them because I watched a video about 20 restaurant chains that have gone out of business, and that was one of them. But
well, where I live is where the last existing Druthers is at. It's the last one. There's no other Druthers around, but the one that was here in this town I live in, they kept the name. They worked it out to be able to keep the name, and they kept it open. And I guess people like drive from like as far away as like California to come eat at this stupid Druthers restaurant that's in town. I haven't tried it yet, but I guess one day I'm gonna have to go over there and try it out.
we used to have this pizza place in this area called Godfather's Pizza. I don't know whether that was.
I remember Godfather's.
Okay, they had the Godfather special, which was like a 5-pound pizza. And that was the best thing, especially when we were in high school, that we had a Godfather's that, had to sit in, eat at dining room. We'd go there and eat. And, there'd be like 4 of us boys, teenage boys, we'd go together and buy a Godfather special, and that sucker would disappear. But it was like 2 inches thick, the toppings on top of it. And then, like everything else, their service started going to hell, and so they closed it.
Oh my God, Jim got one of these Walmart's pizzas that's like super double, 10 times the amount of cheese on it.
Yeah.
I mean, you eat one slice. I mean, you can't hardly get through one slice. He's like, I couldn't go to the bathroom for like.
But you know what? They're not bad.
It's like 8 kinds of cheese on it. It's at Walmart. They're like $8. It's an $8 Walmart frozen pizza. It's like got 8 kinds of cheese on it. It's like 1.5 pounds of cheese in it. I want to tell you, you better take it with some kind of laxative.
But we buy those pizzas because every once in a while they'll have them on sale here in town, or they'll have them on clearance, for like $5.99. The really big ones, and then I'll fry some hamburger and throw on it, and put some pepperoni and onions and stuff like that on it. Dress it up. But even if you just buy one off the rack and heat it up and cook it, the pizzas are pretty good. And that's from a person that doesn't really like pizza, so I'm not a connoisseur of pizza.
We have a pizza place called or is it Mr. Gotti's or just Gotti's?
Mr. Gotti. Or is it Gotti's? I don't know. They call it Mr. Gotti's.
I'm like, Gotti's? What, like John Gotti?
Yeah, but they don't say it like that. It's when we went to the school, it's up by the school, and they're like, you turn on the road. Do you know where Mr. Getty's is? I'm like, who's Mr. Getty? Oh, I don't know who that is. It's Gotti's restaurant, which they do not say it Gotti. They say it Getty.
Here we say Gaddy. Gaddy's. Mr. Gaddy's.
You have a Mr. Gaddy's?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, in the big town.
Oh,
We don't
we have
have
one
one
here. I didn't even know it was a chain.
Yeah, and it's real quiet when you're in there eating. Nobody talks because they got 2 rules. Everybody, you keep your mouth shut and you don't tell nobody nothing.
Greg, you back at the house yet? You still on the road? He stays on the road as much as I do.
Who does?
Craig.
Oh.
I really offended this guy. He's a Cub Scout. His son was one of the Cub Scouts when I was a Cub Scout leader. And he was talking about how good New York pizza is and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, look, let's get something straight. Pizza to me is crap. Tastes like crap. So I don't care where it's from. I don't eat pizza. I mean, the pizza I eat's not really pizza. Because like we have this place called Jets, which is from Chicago, and they have a buffalo chicken pizza. There's no tomato sauce on it. They've got a special sauce they put on, white sauce,
Oh, I'd stay away from it then.
and it's got chicken on it, and then Tabasco sauce on top of it.
Mm.
That's it. It's got like some Parmesan on it, or some cheese on it too. But it doesn't have any tomato sauce on it, and I like that because I'm not really into tomato sauce unless I'm starving. That's the reason I like CC's, and people laugh about me going to CC's, but I like going there because I eat the stuff that I eat: the barbecue pizza, their buffalo chicken pizza, their spinach pizza. I don't eat the traditional pepperoni and all that kind of stuff.
I like my pizza to have a lot of vegetables on it, and then if it has to have sausage on it, I just pick the sausage off and give it to Jim.
Are you
Have you
vegetarian?
ever had?
Half-ass.
I
She
didn't know
is.
you were a vegetarian.
Half-ass, yeah.
Why do you say half-ass?
Well, like Saturday night, I ate a Slim Jim. That's meat. technically.
God only knows what that's made out of.
And okay, that sounded really bad the way I said it. I am talking about the processed meat thing, thing. Anyway, but then I get heartburn from it. So
You talk about going to the chicken place there.
yeah, but I don't eat the chicken. See, like Jim likes to go to the chicken buffet, and I just eat the other stuff on the buffet. I just don't eat chicken. Sometimes they got fish on the buffet, and I'll have that. But I don't really care for chicken. No,
And you don't eat pork or beef.
no, just don't have a taste for it.
No kangaroo or camel or any of that kind of stuff.
No horse, no nothing. No.
That was one of the
I have no problem with it. I mean, it's not because I'm like, oh, the poor animal lost his life to. I mean, that's cool. I was raised on a farm. That doesn't bother me at all. I just have a taste for it. I mean, if you made like a steak and said, "Oh, this is a great steak. Take a bite," I'd be like, ugh. I couldn't finish. I just don't like the taste of it.
Well, it's my aunt and uncle had a chicken farm down in Charleston, and they didn't eat chicken.
I will say with the chicken thing, I think it's because when I was a kid, we used to butcher all those chickens. I think that really. I don't like eggs either. I can't eat eggs. Like if you fried up eggs for breakfast, I can't eat them. Scrambled eggs, nothing. I don't hard boiled eggs. I do not like the taste of eggs either.
What does Jim eat?
Everything.
Oh, there's a saving grace there, Jim. Now, if I can get
Yeah,
it,
Jim's not fun. Only thing Jim will not eat is cheesecake. He hates cheesecake.
well, that's okay. That's
What?
not me.
Yeah, but you ever notice like cheesecake is one of those food items that either you like it or you don't like it. There's
Yeah.
never an in between on it. You know what I mean? It's either you
Yeah.
really like cheesecake or you absolutely do not like it. There's no like, oh, it's cheesecake, it's okay. It's either you like it or don't like it. It's weird.
Well, Brandon hates cinnamon. He bought a cheesecake thing yesterday at Walmart, and he brought it home. He stuck a big old slice in his mouth, and he's like, this has cinnamon in the graham cracker crust, and so he didn't like it.
Yeah.
But he likes cheesecake. He just didn't like the crust.
Oh my God, I found something at the store I have never heard of. It's like by the eggnog aisle. I never saw it when I lived up north. It's called Holiday Custard, and you drink it like eggnog. Oh my God. I mean, it's so rich. I mean, it could send you over the edge, but it is the most sinfully good stuff. It's like drinking pure whipped cream. Like you ever just ooh, this whipped cream's so good, I'm just gonna squirt some in my mouth. It's like drinking whipped cream, but it's like heavy like eggnog. I mean, it's really something anyway. I never heard of it before, so I bought it to try it, and it is really good. Anyway.
I like eggnog.
It sounds good.
No, it's called Holiday, not eggnog, Tom.
Yeah, I know you said it was called something else, but I said I like eggnog.
Oh. I mean, did you ever hear a holiday custard before?
Never.
Is it a southern thing or no?
I don't think it is.
Oh, okay.
And I haven't looked for it. So next time I go in to the food,
It's over there by the eggnog because Brandon likes like the is it Southern Comfort makes an eggnog. Brandon drinks. It doesn't have alcohol in it. Anyway, it was over there. I'm like, oh, that's something different. All right, I'll give it a try. I can tell you, like, I went by the cooler today. It is sold out, so it must be a big seller too.
Hmm. Sell that shit on eBay, Tara.
But how would I ship a dairy product? A dairy product with closer expiration dates.
first of all, you'd have to sell it. You'd have to go get you some of those styrofoam coolers and
That's
see
what
how
I was
many
gonna
you
say.
can put how many you can put in there. You know, and you'd have to sell it as a lot because you'd have to put those cooling packets on top of it to keep it chilled.
Yeah, I can see the feedback now. This seller sucks. They sent us their sour ass holiday coaster. No, I'm not going to get involved with shipping dairy products. I draw the line there.
But you know, I feel like I could travel with Jim now because at least we all eat good. That whole not stopping
Well, we won't stop though.
issue
I
that
mean, you'll be screwed because he ain't gonna stop anywhere. So yeah, have at it. I mean, like when we would drive back and forth, like from Wisconsin to down here, I'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna I'd just go get a taco in the Taco Bell just to have something to eat on our way home because it'd be like 13 hours of no eating. So whatever you can scavenge out of the gas station. But then the jerk, you go buy a taco, but he'll go take your taco. He won't let you eat, but he'll take one of your tacos and eat it.
you just gonna have to start packing the cooler.
No.
Make me some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on the side of the road.
No, I'm not doing that.
You know, when I was a kid and we would go up to the mountains, we would you know, we'd go driving around sightseeing and stuff like that. We would stop at the roadside parks, you know. They had picnic tables and we'd sit and my mom would make sandwiches. I don't remember eating chips though. I guess we just had sandwiches.
Oh my God, have you ever watched Mad Men? You can see the scene on YouTube. Actually, to me, I think it's a really funny scene. They're in the park. Him, his wife, and his two kids are having like a picnic in the park. They got the checkered blanket down, and they're like, "Oh, it's so nice." And he's like, "All right, well, let's get going." He's drinking a beer. He takes his beer can and chucks it. Okay, I'm like, "What the heck?" So then everybody goes in the car and stuff, and the wife takes the blanket and just shakes it out, and it's all like wrappers and napkins or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I thought it was really funny. Not that I promote littering, but I'm like, oh my God, was that the way people were back then in like the late 50s, 60s? Just chucking cans and stuff. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, Berta and Sasha like it's got the song "Hello Baltimore" in it. What is the name of that damn movie? Hairspray.
Oh yeah.
And there's one part where the girl is singing, and she goes down. She's singing, and she's walking down the sidewalk. And no, it's she and her mom singing, and it's not. And there's like these three well-dressed pregnant women sitting at a bar, drinking martinis with cigarettes.
He likes it down here fishing and picking.
And he doesn't like Southern Comfort. He likes the Southern Comfort brand of eggnog, which has
it doesn't have alcohol in it.
You know, Tara has her wild. She doesn't give her kid liquor.
Yeah, we don't drink anymore. Jim went dry. I told you
that. Is that when I mentioned I wanted to go that I was going to go to eBay open? You said I'd like to go, but Jim wouldn't have a good time.
No, he don't want to go to. He would never want to go to Vegas. I can tell you that. Jim, nah, he would not. I mean, I wouldn't. Hey, Jim, would you ever want to go to eBay Open and go to Las Vegas? No. Yeah.
What if it was in Orlando?
Well, Orlando has Disneyland. He loves it there.
Because I think the last, what was it called? eBay Live. That other thing they used to have.
Yeah, but they didn't have it. They were talking about having it in.
They had it at Disney or in Orlando one year.
No, they had it up in Chicago, and then they were talking about having it in Orlando, and I don't think they ever had the second one.
No, I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about eBay. eBay had this other thing. They used to have eBay Live or something like that.
Oh yeah. I don't know. You know, the eBay Open thing, it's like tempting. Like, oh yeah, well maybe that'd be fun. You could meet other resellers, but then it costs like almost $400 for the ticket, and then the price of traveling there. And I'm like, you know what? I could probably go somewhere funner than go to a conference about selling on eBay.
But it's a tax deduction.
Well, I get enough tax deductions. I don't need the extra one.
I would like to try to make it to the meetup they do in Tennessee if they do it again this year.
They are, and they changed the day.
Because it was
They had it in August, and I think they're going to change it to like September, or either they're changing it to September or they're changing it to July. I can't remember which, because there was like a lot of people couldn't go because kids are going back to school and stuff. Let's have a meetup and we'll go to Dollywood, Tom.
Do what?
Let's have a reseller meetup and we'll go to like Dollywood.
Well, that'd be cool.
I want to go see that.
That'd be cool. Please, can you not go someplace else and not bother me for just a little while? He said, "Screw you, old man."
I think it's so funny how that cat annoys you.
She does it. She's so sweet to me. You know, you saw her a while ago laying up on my chest and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
She can be so sweet, and then she can be, my friend that's got a house full of daughters says she's just like the girls, my daughters. They can be so sweet, and then all of a sudden he's like, they're bitches.
Did you see that picture of that shirt I took that you should wear? But it was only a medium, so I didn't buy it because, well, we wear extra larges anyway. It said, "Show me your kitties," and it had a big cat face.
Yeah.
And I was at the Goodwill, and I'm like, oh man, if this was a bigger size, I'd buy it for Tom. Anyway.
Lord have mercy, you people.
Be good. Jim has this on his cell phone, this screensaver. It's a screensaver. It's this little boy that's like squeezing this cat, but it's like a 1950s photo.
All right.
And he's not even into cats. He's like, this just reminds me. This is how I pictured Tom as a little boy. It's just like Leave It to Beaver style, 1950s little blonde-headed boy squeezing this cat, like hugging it. Anyway,
We didn't have cats when I was little. We only had a dog. We had a big old hound dog.
you had a hound dog?
We had a bloodhound named Charlie. He's a big old thing.
We had Jim went to fire school. He used to be a fireman. Anyway, so he's doing like some training or whatever in the classroom. They had this guy in there that they called Cat Killer because I don't know if it was high school or college, he did some kind of like scientific study where he takes these cats up to the top of the silo and drop them and then see how many made it, how many landed on their feet,
That's terrible.
died. And some lived and ran away, but then you couldn't catch them again. Once you dropped them once down the top of the silo, they were real hard to catch again. Cat Killer.
I'm
Like, how
surprised
did he do
we
that?
didn't find
He
out about
did
that.
He turned it. It was a school project.
Oh, that shit wouldn't happen these days.
Yeah, true that.
There's too many tree huggers out there.
Yeah, and even Jim is like, okay, that's a little psychotic anyway.
Yeah, that's way psychotic. I don't like anything.
That didn't have any though, and didn't
Great
have
day.
anything happen to him.
Cool. Have a great day. Hey, Hanky. Henrietta. If you kick me out of this thing, I'm going to have a fit. Oh, God.
What's wrong, Todd?
Do I?
What's wrong?
She rolled over on my keyboard and hit a key combination and screwed me up here.
Oh no.
I was afraid she'd kick me out.
We're just in here chatting. No big dealios. Nothing special.
No, it's nothing's really going on big today.
Mr. Sadie had some good sales this weekend, looked like.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Like $800.
Oh, cool.
exactly, Hank. She doesn't live here. She lets us live here. Ain't that right, my baby girl? No, she's ready for me to go cover because I've got her blanket over my knees here. This is her blanket, and I've got it over my knees, so she's ready to go get my recliner and I drape it over the recliner like a tent, and then she'll sleep for the rest of the day.
Oh my gosh.
Won't you, my baby puss? Yes, you will. I got to take some clothes to the dry cleaner for this wedding this weekend. And oh my God, my sister-in-law was so over the top on everything she does. It's her son that's getting married. And if you happen to see this video, Jan, sorry, but it's the way I feel. They're having the rehearsal party at a restaurant. But she's taking a SUV full of decorations to decorate. And she's decorating in Carolina Panthers colors because her son's a big Carolina Panthers fan. And after the ass whooping they got this past weekend, I would not be shouting out that I'm a Carolina Panthers fan to nobody. But anyway, everything's over the top with her. I told her, you know, you're not supposed to outdo the bride's reception. Oh, she's always like that. It's kind of chilly up here today.
Dang. My new phone feels like holding a TV.
Oh boy.
I mean, look what I went from and what I got this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Which one is the one you went from? The one that's not turned on? Okay.
This is what I have had for 8 years. iPhone 5.
Ouch! Stop it.
So I got an iPhone 10, and this one's. It's not the biggest phone you can get either. I was like, there's a iPhone 10 Max or something like that.
Mhm.
I was like, dang.
Yeah, remember in the 90s, everybody was trying to get like, oh, my phone's so small, it's so cool looking, and now it's going the other way.
Well, also too, you know, they kept getting thinner and thinner and smaller. Well, thinner is the biggest thing is, and then you had to go out and spend another $100 for a damn case to put on it so it wouldn't break it. So it was, you know, it went from being 1/4 of an inch thick to 3/4 of an inch thick. I'm like, why not just make them bigger and sturdier? Have you seen that they Motorola's come back out with the Razr? The flip
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah.
I'd like to see one of those because it looks like the screen is about 6 inches long.
Ooh.
So, Sally, you want to do the show tomorrow? You want me to do it?
Yeah, that's fine. I could do it.
Okay, well, you can have it tomorrow then.
I'm off for the next 3.
Oh, you're off for the next 3 days?
Mm.
Dang.
Well, today, tomorrow, and the next day.
What
yeah.
should you give you an extra day off? Because you only used like 2 days, right?
Yeah, I only used Yeah, I only used half of my vacation that I was supposed to.
Oh, so you weren't off all last week? I thought you were supposed to be off all last week.
I was off for 7 days,
Oh.
but it was like half of one week and half of another.
Oh, okay.
So, but it just turned out wrong, and so I got all the hours that I needed anyways, and I still had more PTO time, so I still have like 20 hours left.
Well, if there's
So.
any stay-at-home moms that wants a little part-time job and that lives up near Sally, she needs a damn donut maker.
Yeah, we do.
And you know what? Like I said earlier, I'm surprised that somebody like a stay-at-home mom has not wanted to come in and do that. Because by 8 o'clock at night, if you got if you got little kids, usually by 8 o'clock at night, if they're real little, they're headed for bed.
Right.
I know, but you're tired from taking care of kids all day.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's some women that and men that are stay-at-home dads. Can't be sexist here. They want to get out of the house for a little while,
I don't know. I like that. For me, I like to sleep at night.
Well, it's only from 8 to 12.
I thought they make the donuts like at 3 in the morning. Or is that
No,
donut?
it's like 3 hours. It's like 3 hours.
Mhm.
Sad
Yeah.
world we live
I don't
in.
know.
Sad world we live in.
Yeah, but the shift is longer than 3 hours, isn't it? They don't have you just come in for the 3 hours making donuts, do they?
No, usually I stay for 10.
Oh,
But
The donut
if it was
maker's
just
only there.
huh?
The donut maker's only there for 3 or 4
3.
hours. Oh, 3.
3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all
For how
make
much?
the
And
dough
how
and all
much
that
an hour?
stretch?
How much an hour is the job?
How much what?
How much pay an hour? How much do they pay you an hour?
Well, if you're just starting, you only get what's minimum wage, $9.50 an hour.
Yeah, see, that's a problem because it's like,
Sold the Last Supper.
oh, good. It's like, is it worth me coming into work for $30?
Right.
I
But-
did the UPS gig once. I'm like, oh yeah, they pay you $16 an hour. That sounds really good, doesn't it? $16 an hour. I'm like, I'll make some extra Christmas money. We had some obligations going on. I'm like, I'll just go work that for the season, make some extra Christmas money. They have you come in until the last week. I would drive to Three Lakes, which was like 10 miles south of me, and you'd have me work like 2 hours. So that was like what, $32 gross an hour before taxes. And I'm like, was this worth messing up the middle part of my day for $30? I mean, I finished the job because I was like, well, I said I'm going to do it, so I'm going to do it. But yeah, it just sometimes it just is like, why should I mess up my day for $30? I can go figure out a different way to make money.
Oh, and I figured out our losses, what we were down in sales, probably cost us $1,500 to $2,000 in sales
Wow.
for her being gone. So besides the crappy pay, we also were losing money. It was costing us money having her go work for UPS.
Yeah.
Anyway, I finished it because I said I was gonna finish it. I'm not somebody that doesn't not show up for a job. But yeah, anyway. That's it's hard to get people to give up a couple hours because by the time you drive in and everything, wasn't worth it, you know.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of
Well-
opportunity according to what Sally says in
She's-
her community.
She's finding actually she's finding out that what I said a long time ago is what she needs to do, and so that's what she's going to do. She's going to train everybody to do donuts.
Yeah.
And if anything, everybody can take one night a week and do donuts. You know, before their shift or after their shift or, you know, whatever. So
How do you make the donuts out of curiosity? Is it like it comes in and you have to bake it, but it's already like,
it comes in frozen.
yeah.
It comes in frozen. They come in boxes, frozen, and then hi Jeannie.
Jenny.
And it comes in frozen, and then we bake them, glaze them, frost them, sprinkle them, sugar them,
Yeah.
whatever.
Aw.
Oh, you're talking about her dog. I was looking over the chat saying, who's Jeannie?
Jenny.
I just remember the UPS thing. I was like, oh, Jim, look, I think it was 16 an hour. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of money an hour. Yeah, okay, I'll do it. And then when I got into it, I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't have did this. And I'm not going to sound like I'm lazy. I'm not lazy. I mean, I can work and I've worked hard, but sometimes it's like you got to give the person enough hours for an incentive to do it too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you've mentioned one time before you were standing in line, Tara, at a fast food joint or someplace, and there's a teenager boy standing in front of you, and he told one of his other kids, he's like, oh, man.
Yeah. They were sitting behind us in a booth, and he goes, oh, yeah, my Amazon, what do you call it? Direct deposit went into my bank account. And the kid looked like he was maybe 17 years old.
You see that?
I think where I used to live, they'd always, oh, Mr. Rogers, they'd always complain, oh, we can't get teenagers to work. But what they do there in that tourist town is they get a lot of for like at the grocery stores and all the restaurants. Like when I was up there last summer, you're getting a lot of Chinese, but I've seen it where you were getting like a lot of Russians and Polish people and Eastern European people come and work for the summer. But what I didn't know, and then somebody told me, is they were getting subsidized to hire these foreign workers where the government was subsidizing you half of their wage. So that means if you were paying them $10 an hour, you're getting subsidized $5 an hour. So it's like you were only actually paying them $5 an hour, which is total BS.
I can believe that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, no offense, I have no problem with anybody coming in and working, but I mean, you're paying these companies to hire foreign workers. I mean, why not do then for people that are U.S. citizens, especially when the economy was really bad? You know, anyway, rant over. I don't want to get political.
Nationalist capitalist.
You know, when I was a teenager,
like Kevin, when he had those Russians, this guy we know, this developer, had these Russians who would come over and work, and then he was paying them like $12 an hour, but the government was giving him $6 an hour for hiring them. The U.S. government, not the Russian government, the U.S. government. Anyway.
But then they voted.
We did have some of them go down to Chicago because it was a sanctuary city, because the thing with Russia is they would be like in that 18, 21-year-old age bracket. But in Russia, after college, it's mandatory to do like a 2-year stint in the military. So we had some that stayed in Chicago as sanctuary city, so they didn't have to go back and do the military thing.
Yeah, but when they're done, then they went and they worked at the ballot box factory. That's where all the Russians go.
Okay, shut up.
Who do you think makes a
now
ballot
you're
box?
pushing it too far. No, stop now.
Where did you say they go work at?
The ballot box factory. Get it, Tom?
Okay.
The Russians are working at the ballot box factory. Jim's going to be here all week.
Okay, you've got the floor, Sally.
Oh, I was just gonna say I snagged up 10 of these because I pulled them out of the newspapers that were gonna get thrown in the trash. And so I'm gonna list these.
Is it modern?
It's I just pulled these out of the papers this morning.
What are they?
So it's a parade.
I thought that was really him, but that's Tom Hanks.
No, it's Tom Hanks.
It's not Mr. Rogers?
No.
Oh, I thought it was like a vintage one that was Mr. Rogers, and then I thought, well, maybe they're doing a throwback article about him.
No, that's Tom Hanks.
Huh? What is he doing, a Mr. Rogers movie?
Yeah.
Oh, that is creepy.
He he even like he makes the same facial expressions as them.
Yeah.
They said this will be another
And-
Oscar on his shelf because everybody that knew Mr. Rogers says he sounds like him and he's got the mannerisms down.
Mhm.
That this is going to put another Oscar on his
Yeah,
shelf.
he looked just like Mr. Rogers in that picture. I mean, I thought it was a Mr. Rogers, honestly.
Yeah, even I mean they got the hair right on.
Yeah.
I
And
like
all of that.
They had the little town with the cats, with the princess cat or whatever,
Yeah.
the Tudorville trolley or whatever. Yeah, that was mildly amusing, but the rest of it, I went and played with my cars and stuff when Mr. Rogers was on. It was snooze fest.
Okay.
Not a fan, not a
I
Mr.
like them.
Well, 13-year-olds don't
Oh my
know
God!
watch
Oh,
Mr. Rogers.
I'm gonna bust Tom though. He said Trixie was a hoe on Speed Racer.
What? Don't you dare express Trixie.
Hey, now, I love Speed Racer, and I hated that movie. That movie they made,
Oh, the movie
the
was
movie
terrible.
sucked,
Yeah, the
yeah.
movie was horrible. I wish they would have never made it.
it would have been
Well,
good.
Trixie-
I mean, it was okay if you just took out the fact that it's supposed to be the Speed Racer.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Speed was my hero, so I was
Yeah.
really torn because I was just so in love with Trixie, but I couldn't. It could never be because she was hooked up with Speed Racer, and I
Yeah.
could never do something mean to Speed Racer. So
Well, you
I
could
was really,
compete with Speed.
I was tormented.
A friend of mine who is from New York, he said his mom and he would go to some resort town up in the Poconos, and they would spend the summer up there. And he said that after the season was over, he said there was like just the locals, and there was like 500 people in the whole area. But during the season, there would be like 7,000 people there. And so he said he would go up there because he got bored staying at the resort all the time. He worked in a like a restaurant, and and that's what all the teenagers would do that were sent up there during the summer with their mothers and their family. They would work for the local businesses, and so at the end of the season, the businesses didn't have to worry about firing people. They just
No.
said, "Okay, we'll see."
That's what it was like in Eagle River. I mean, you probably have a population where it's like 900 people, and in the summer there's like 20,000 people there.
Thank you, Gaming Prince. Well, it was like the boys worked for Party City right before Halloween, and it was just a temporary thing, and they made some good money, and they made a lot of hours. But they knew that after Halloween, they were done. And I told them that was good because that they could put on their resume that they did retail and worked for this place, but it was seasonal work because I said people frown on you if you have 10 or 12 jobs in a year. Why can't you keep a job? But if it's seasonal stuff, they can think about it.
I had to do a resume for a job. It would look horrible.
Well,
I haven't
you're the
I haven't-
CEO of Carrie.
Other than the UPS thing, I haven't worked at like a paid job since like what year was Brady born? I probably haven't worked at a paid job since like 2008.
That's not very long ago.
That's 11 years ago. It's going on 12. That's a hole in your resume. If they see a hole in your resume like that, yeah, it's like,
Hey,
okay,
how many
whatever.
sissy boys go to a group of them? Those sissy boy Barbies?
Oh, there's 7.
But you run your own business.
Oh, I do? I thought I worked for Jim.
No.
No,
Anybody
you don't.
anybody that watches you on
Don't
YouTube
lie.
knows that you're CEO and and Jim is a shipping clerk.
Yeah, but I'm always sexually harassed in this job I'm in. I'm having a Me Too
My
moment.
husband.
now.
Well, at least Jim can say I sleep with the boss.
Yeah, but I'm sexually harassed in the workplace. That's just wrong.
You need to sue.
Yeah, I need to sue or something.
Just put on your resume, these are the years that I was getting clean.
Oh yeah, that would work. Yeah.
Y'all are not right. Y'all really aren't right. Well, it's 12 o'clock. I got to get out of here. I got to
Get out of there before you hit that cord. Now, move.
ship a couple.
Oh,
of
you ain't doing nothing.
I got
I'm
to.
gonna go take a nap.
Told something while we're
I'm
out
gonna
here.
take a nap with this cat.
No, I got to take clothes to the dry cleaner because Roberta said, "Be sure and take them clothes to the dry cleaner." So we'll be back by Thursday. Friday morning, we're leaving out to go to the beach and I got to get everything ready.
Well, get the Speedo ready.
Oh shit! Let me tell you.
What? You just said Roberta likes it when she sees those guys running around the beach with their Speedo on.
Yeah, but they're svelte. You know, they're built like brick outhouses. You know, they can get away with it. Not this fat boy.
Well, you're Bill.
Have you ever seen Norbert?
Yeah, the Eddie Murphy movie. Yeah.
Yeah, where he's married to the big girl. Well, there's one part where she's coming up to the pool and the and the teenager or the boy at the dead gate to the pool says, "Man, you have to wear bottoms in this pool," and you can't see him because she's such a big girl. She says, "I am wearing bottoms," but anyway, that's the way I would feel in a speedo. Like, so you have to put on some pants. I have some pants. So anyway, well, listen, thank y'all for coming in today. I truly appreciate it. It will be over on Sally's channel. Sally, throw your name.
Yeah.
How'd you do over there in the chat real fast, like? Guess we got the.
How do you do? There you
Y'all, if
go.
you're not subscribed to Sally, be sure and subscribe to her and to Tara and to Silver Hair Stacker. And
to Todrick.
And
to Todrick.
That's why I said Silver
Yeah,
Hair
he
Stacker.
said.
Oh,
Yeah, the
I
Tara.
didn't hear that part. Sorry.
That's all right. But it'll be over on her channel in the morning. So y'all come in and give her some support, show her some love. And
not your balls.
yeah, we don't want to see no.
Oh my God! I'm sorry I missed that one. I was in town and I only heard the play afterward. But I didn't get to see it. Get out of here.
Was she supposed to have kept
You
that version of it? Did you get it out and put it back up?
No, I have not. It's still in private.
Okay. But yeah, no waving willies. Yeah, we're gonna have to work out a plan on that. Either that or you're gonna have to have your camera on long enough to make sure we know it's you. So anyway, y'all have a great day. Thank you for coming in. See Sally tomorrow.
Thank you guys.
And
see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.